What's going on, guys? I'm Brooks at Big Number One Motorsports. I'm going to show you the new 1250 RT. Some of the little things that make this thing brand new and still wholly BMW in blue. I like blue. The first thing, if you get on this bike, you will notice is the massive, beautiful TFT screen, which has kind of become the market standard for most high-end bikes, touring bikes, everything else. But the amount of information that you can see in full color is amazing. All your vehicle information, everything else will be right on here, and it will show all of your ride modes. Now this in particular bike does have that fourth ride mode. You get Eco, Rain, Road, and with this one you get Dynamic also, which is technically sport mode. Kind of livens everything up, which the 1250 shift cam engine this bike has in it actually does have two lobes on the intake cam. Actually has two profiles when it comes to throttle delivery and everything else. It gives you a little bit of aggressiveness, which the previous bikes had so-so. Always fantastic torque in these things, but you can really lay into it, and when you don't need it, however, we'll switch back to that other nice laid back lower lobe and kind of be nice, smooth, and easy to handle. Speaking of easy to handle, this bike, fully fueled, full fluids, everything else, 615. It is one of, if not the, I'm pretty sure it's the lightest touring bike on the market. Now, all the stuff you get with it, you're not missing anything. You have the Big Daddy screen on this one. It's like a big old billboard, goes all the way up. And that's particular on this bike. It does have the larger windscreen on there. That's just this particular package. But you also get your DCC, which is dynamic cruise control. Now, cruise controls are always kind of, okay, what does that do? Your slow down function, what's unique about this one is your slow down function actually has braking involved. So if you're cruising down 75 miles an hour, you see a 60 zone. Oh well, reach up, change it, zap you down there. Instead of taking the engine braking to slow you down, it will actually softly apply the brakes to get you down to that speed quicker. And of course, it's BMW and they're awesome, so it's nice and controlled too. But the front of this bike is really pretty too. I'm going to show you that now. Now, as you can see, the front end of this bike is completely different than the previous. And I think it's changed for the better. The previous bike wasn't ugly by any means. This is just that much more beautiful. And LED is the name of the game on the front of this little beast right here. See how they dim on in that red? Those are your running lights. For LEDs, almost Audi-esque when it comes to outline and everything else. It really defines this. It fits with the whole, I don't know, motif of the new bike. It is pretty cool. And hey you, did it really just die on me? Through the magic of video, you saw the headlights there. They do go down though. Give you a little bit so you can see when you get in the garage, but don't keep it on, drain your battery. Just look pretty front and rear. But what's awesome about these is they have the adaptive headlights that the K-bikes have had for so long. Now when you do lean that bike over, a bike's headlights stay going that way. You're not going that way anymore. We're going that way. Traditionally, you just kind of had to guess if you were driving at night. I'm in a place where there's no street lights. I love the adaptive headlights on my bike. You will love these as well because you can actually see what you're doing. Well, see what the animal's doing really is the biggest part. Front of this bike is clean, smooth. The wind coming off of BMW tests, wind tunnel tests, all of their motorcycles to make sure everything is clean coming off of here. It's not going to bother you or your passenger. Smooth, easy touring. Tiny, but still efficient. One of the coolest things about BMW's touring lineup, it never really gets talked about, and I think it's probably one of the better things that they have going on, especially when you talk about touring bikes with removable bags. These are removable, but BMW goes one better. Hear that click? That's their central locking system. It's awesome. Locked, right? Doesn't work. But, ha-ha! Pops right open. That's cool and wonderful and everything. You're like, Brooks, what the heck? When you show me something cool. These things come off with the ease that is unprecedented right now in motorcycling, period. There's just nothing that works like that. And if I can do it right, Easy to go back into. Boop. Lock your handle down. Key right back there. Boom. And you can lock them back down. And that's too cool. But you also get the button on there. You have the button up on the handlebars here. If you happen to misplace this or she goes dead, you also have your secondary key. Passive, if you will. But everything works. There's buttons for it. And everything is easy to get to, easy to pull off, easy to reattach. And again, it's easy to ride because it weighs 615 pounds on a touring bike. There's nothing else like that. BMW, big number one. Brooks, that's 3 Bs for you. Put this in your driveway.